Okay, we're recording. Greetings and salutations, YouTube. This is Etchy Charmed, doing a video of me taking on the extended Zodiac Quiz, since it was a popular idea among you guys when I offered it to you. However, before we actually go into the quiz, I have one thing in particular I'd like to say about it. When it comes to the results of the quiz, if the results don't fit you, or if they seem really iffy, I wouldn't put too much weight on them. So, again, if they don't match you at all, if you're a bit iffy on if they fit you or not, then just feel free to skip the quiz altogether and just go straight to the aspects and look at the descriptions. If the descriptions fit you, then go from there. And I don't know, do your own research. Or if you get multiple results, then do your own research or ask some close friends of yours to give their input on which aspect seems to fit you the most. So with that in mind, I had some friends of mine take the quiz for me, I guess, and kind of cheese it a little bit so that they could get results that seemed that matched me the most. So these are those results. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit for you guys. Feel free to pause the video if you want to, so that you can read the descriptions. So, yeah. But however, for the sake of entertainment and so you guys can get a semblance of what kind of personality I have, we're going to take the actual quiz. So, yeah, with that out of the way, here we go. Okay, so my sign is Pisces. Okay, so we're gonna scroll through here. And now we're gonna take the quiz to find out my lunar sway. Some people on the internet you know are negatively discussing something you hold dear. You could just let it slide, or you could get in there, defend it with your life. How do you respond? Okay. A, I leave it alone. I'll rejoin the conversation when the topic is passed. B, I'll stay out of it for the most part, except possibly to correct some factual errors I might notice, which could be negatively influencing their view of the thing I like. C, I'll chime in with my opinion, stating that I like the thing, but I won't really argue about it, to each their own. D, I jump in and defend the thing, stating why I like it and why the criticism is wrong, but I won't take it too far. E, I will die on a hill for the things I like. I love to argue in their defense. That's part of the fun of having passion for things. Some people you know are negatively discussing something you hold dear. All right, let's see. Which of these would I pick? Most part, except possibly to correct some factual errors I might notice. My opinion saying that I like the thing, but I won't really argue about it. To each their own. I think I'd go with D. Because if it's something I really, really like, I'll try not to take it too far. Like, I won't throw insults or anything. But, I'm going to try and defend it the best I can. Okay, so that's one. Okay, number two. You are all set to cook dinner when you realize that you are missing a couple key ingredients for the recipe you're using. What do you do? A, toss out the recipe and completely wing it. Find a different recipe that you have all the ingredients for. C, it honestly depends on what I'm cooking, if it's something I've made before, etc. D, follow the recipe, make a couple substitutions, use it as a guideline. E, go to the store and get the ingredients you're missing. What's the point of having a recipe at all if you don't follow it? Honestly, it's either going to be B or C. So, because I know how to cook and I already have a recipe in mind that I'm well aware of, so I think I might go with C. I think it depends. Like if it's something I know really well, like I've made a lot of times, I could probably wing it a little bit. because I know how it'll come out. But if I don't know it at all, I don't know. All right, let's see. Number three. How do you feel meeting online friends in person for the first time? A. Only excited. We already know and like each other. Nothing to worry about. B. Quite positive. Things are probably going to go fine. C. Good, but you'll see how things go. Hard to say until you've met someone. D. A bit nervous. You like them, are looking forward to it in theory, but can't shake the sense of social apprehension anytime you meet someone new. E. Anxious. Even though you've gotten along online, you can't help but worry how it'll go in person. Okay, it's either C or E for me. Because, yeah, you never know how it's going to go. I mean, if you get it, you never know. So, but with E, I'm kind of a bit of a. I'm a bit weird and eccentric and stuff when I'm like by myself and just chilling by myself. So I'm not sure how I'd respond. Like, friends of mine in real life are used to how weird I can be, so it's fine, but someone meeting me for the first time might be a bit weirded out or maybe even creeped out or whatever by me just being myself. So I'm not sure how that goes. So it's either. I'll probably go with C to be honest. Number four, you're having a hard time grasping a topic in a class that everyone else seems to be fine with. You A, raise your hand immediately to straighten things out. You probably just misheard or tuned out for a few minutes. B, lean over and ask a friend. They'd probably be happy to explain it to you. C, email the professor or attend their office hours. No point interrupting the class. D, research on your own. You're more than capable of figuring this out. E, do some thinking and surmise that the class and the professor are wrong about this topic. You still memorize the answers for the test, though. Hmm. Probably B or C. Probably closer to B because while I would like to know the answer, I'm whenever I was in class, I'd be too lazy to ask the teacher after school or after class. So I'd probably just ask a friend, "Oh hey, oh hey there, friend, were you paying attention in class?" or something like that. So probably B. Number five, you start taking lessons to learn something you've wanted to for a while. A language class, art class, lessons, etc. But decide a few weeks in that it definitely isn't your thing. You decide to stick it out though. Why? You never know. A, you never know. It might grow on you. B, you spent money and time on this already. You're going to finish it. C, it's already on your schedule for the next couple weeks and you don't want to move stuff around. D, you aren't a quitter. If you dedicate yourself to something, you are going to do it. Doesn't matter how hard it is. E, if you stop, it doesn't mean that you didn't like this thing as much as you thought you did. Well, it means that you didn't like this thing as much as you thought you did, which means you didn't know yourself the way you thought you did, which is unacceptable. Well, the E is a bit extreme for me as a person, so bartending lessons, language class, You spend the money on this already. It's already your schedule. Whatever you hear something you want to do, it doesn't matter how hard it is. Probably A. I don't know. I mean, I took Chinese classes when I was younger when I wanted to learn Japanese, and I don't know, it was all right. It kind of went in one ear and out the other, but I tried it and it was all right. So I don't know. Try it out. It might grow on you. Number six. When you're on holiday, do you prefer to leave your itinerary mostly up to chance or do you plan it ahead of time? A. No planning. It's a holiday. Who wants a schedule? B. You plan on a few key things, but mostly play it by ear. C. You can go either way. Depends on the situation, where you're going, etc. D. Having a few things left open is fun, but for the most part, you plan it. You like to plan it. E. Thorough planning. Hard to relax unless most things are considered in advance. I've never really been on holiday, I think. Like, it's like not even, I've never really gone to Disneyland or anything in years, or planned out a vacation or a leaving town holiday, so I guess I'd plan a few key things out, but mostly play it by ear, so the answer would be B in this case. 7. A friend of yours and someone you don't know are caught up in a heated argument. They've asked you to help facilitate. You want to support your friend, but after hearing both sides, you actually agree with the stranger. How do you choose who to support? A. You side with your friend all the way. Friendship is more important than the truth. B. You highlight anything about your friend's side that you do agree with and tactfully don't mention the rest. C. You look for a neutral angle that supports both sides in different ways. D. You delicately disagree with your friend while doing everything you can show you still support them. E. You fully side with a stranger. The truth is important even if it risks hurting friendship. To be honest, it'd be C or E, because I'm kind of a middle person sometimes. Like I'm a bit neutral, and I try and find sides that benefit, the choices that benefit both sides. However, I can also be a bit blunt and truthful at times. So like if I don't like something, I can be very like, "Oh, hey, this is wrong, and here's why," which might hurt people, or it might come out really, or it might come out way more awkward than I intended. So, hmm, look for a neutral angle that supports both sides in different ways. You fully side with a stranger. The truth is important, even if it's hurting friendship. I'd like to imagine that I'd be a bit more neutral on this, though. I don't know, just between the two of them, I'd like to imagine to be a bit more cautious and well versed with my words, I guess. So I'm gonna go with C. Okay, number 8. You have a very important message to write over email or some other text communication method. It's a sensitive matter, difficult to compose, possibly of an emotional or confrontational nature. When you're done writing, you're about to hit the send button. What next? Hmm. All right. A. You click immediately, better to get it over and done with quickly. B. Not just yet. You give it one more read, maybe change a couple things, then send away. C. After giving another read, you decide to take some time and come back to it later with fresh eyes. Maybe have a friend read it too before sending. D. You save a draft, then decide to sleep on it. When you look at it again, you might have second thoughts about sending, or you might rewrite it altogether. E. You save a draft to revisit later. But when you do, you start to agonize. Maybe rewrite once or twice, but doubts continue to creep. Past experience tells you there's a decent chance you may just never send it. To be honest, I'm kind of been in a similar situation. I'm kind of in a similar situation, so I'm gonna go with C. C seems to match what I'm kind of sort of dealing with right now. So C and submit. Okay, I'm Prospect. Prospect dreamers are intuitive, flexible, and accepting. They tend to live in the moment, able to adapt to situations as needed. They prefer to solve problems with creativity rather than cold logic. You will learn more about what it means to be a prospect dreamer when you see the final results of the test. Now you will need to determine your aspect. Okay then, here's when the fun begins. The result of this test tells you whether your aspect is breath, blood, life, doom, light, void, time, space, heart, mind, objectively the best aspect, rage, or hope. Okay, so we have canon information that these are the inverses for the aspects. Don't know why I'm pointing that out, just thought I'd say so. Okay, now we're gonna take the actual quiz to find out what aspect I'm bound to. Finding out your aspect is the final piece of information needed to determine your true sign. For each question below, choose the answer that most closely reflects your perspective. Okay then, here we go. Number 1. Think about your life as if it's a story and you're the main protagonist. Do you tend to view yourself as a lone hero who along the way meets other supporting characters who only have a tangential relation to your personal journey? Or do you view yourself as just one hero in an ever shifting ensemble of important protagonists? Hmm. Well, considering recent developments in my life right now, I'm. Hmm. I'd like to say I'm. Sure. Before recent events, I'd probably say I'm D, maybe E. But yeah, with how things are going now, I'd probably choose B, since I'm working on myself as a person to develop myself, so I'm focusing on myself, so I guess I'm a lone hero, but there's other people involved helping me out along the way. So let's say for now I'm B. Also because I have a bit of an ego, so I'd like to imagine myself as like mainly. Like I'm humble enough to say I'm not the absolute main protagonist or lone hero, but I'm mostly or close to mostly the main protagonist. So yeah. Number two, when you want to help people accomplish something and they don't know what they're doing, are you inclined to show them how to do it, or are you inclined to make them feel motivated or inspired to do it? I definitely show them. I'm. When you want to help someone accomplish something and they don't know what they're doing, are you inclined to show them how to do it? Are you inclined to make. Well, if I know how to accomplish the thing, I'd show them to the best of my ability. Or, hmm. Although I do like motivating people. Hmm. Oh gosh, now I'm thinking about it. It would probably be lean towards showing them. See, I'll go either way. Probably I'd go with C, maybe. Like, yeah, it depends on the situation. Like, if I don't know anything about it, I'll just motivate them. 'Cause that's the best I can do. But if I know something, I'll show them to the best of my ability. So I'll go either way. Seems like a good middle ground. Three, when you're learning about a new subject or reading a fascinating story, do you feel a strong desire to know everything about it and have all your questions answered? Or are you more compelled or inspired by the feelings of mystery surrounding not knowing everything? A, I absolutely need to know everything. I'm obsessive about it. B, I'm very curious, drawn toward knowing. C, can't decide. D, I'm okay not having all answers. Sense of mystery is fun. E, totally fine not knowing everything. I'd rather relax. Okay, context wise, if it's something where all the information is already available online or in the book, I just need to look for it, then it'd be B. But if it's like a slowly, if it's like a story that's slowly proceeding, giving bits and bits of information as it goes along, then it would be D. So, but in general, I'd say I'm B. There's this game I have called Soul Sacrifice, and for the Vita, and I swear when I got the game, I spent the entire day reading the in-game lore. Like there's a book in the game that gives you all the lore about all the monsters you fight and all the characters and the locations. And for one whole day, I loved the lore so much and I loved the information it gave me that I pretty much spent the entire day or most of the day reading all that information and I have no regrets on it. I don't care how much of a nerd it makes me sound like. Okay, let's see. Four, when you hear someone explaining something to someone else in a way that is questionable or in a way that makes you suspect they don't fully understand the subject they are explaining, are you more inclined to teach them everything you know about the subject to set the record straight, or just cast doubt on the misinformation without offering much in the way of correction? Wow. Okay, let's see. A. I'll step right in, set the record straight on everything. B. I'll provide a correction or two, but won't get carried away. C. I'd probably stay out of it. D. I wouldn't be too specific, but I'd let people know it sounds fishy. E. I wouldn't bother re-educating people, but I'd absolutely punch as many holes in their story as I could. Huh. I'll jump straight in, set the record straight on everything. Huh. Again, if it's something actually, I'd probably either C, stay out of it because I'm kind of a passive person. Like if it's just, if it's like two people I don't really know, like I don't know at all or I know very little about, I'd probably stay out of it. But if it's like two friends or at least one of them is a friend, I'd probably be A or B. But with the context of the information they're giving me, I'd probably go C. 5. If you could choose one ability, which would it be? The ability to travel to any period in history on Earth at will, past or future, or the ability to travel safely, such as on a nice trip, anywhere in the universe at will, instantly? Either D or E, right off the bat, because time travel is way too dangerous. There's way too many rules. Like there's so many pieces of media where the rules are different with time travel. So in our universe, time travel is just dangerous in general, but I'm not even sure what the rules would be in our universe for time travel. So I feel like I just play it safe and do space travel. Plus, I don't know, space travel. Okay. Plus, space travel just sounds fun in general. Now then, 6. If you are working on a project, something you're doing for yourself, not for anyone else, are you obsessively focused on the end result of the project? Or are you enjoying the process regardless of how it turns out? A. End result is easily the most important thing. B. Result is very important but would like to enjoy it along the way too. C. Result and process are equally important. D. Enjoying the process is very important but would like it to feel worthwhile at end too. E. Enjoying the process is easily the most important thing. Um, I feel like B. Either B or C. Because if any of you guys remember, I posted a video where I showed you guys a bunch of my drawings. So you guys know I'm an artist. So, but when it comes to my drawings, I'm very focused on making it come out good while tending to every little detail that I can. So when I get to that part, when I get to that point in doing a drawing, it stops being fun, kind of. So the result is very important, but certain parts are kind of fun. Like the process can be fun at times too. So probably B. Like the results is very important. Like I want it to come out good, obviously. Every artist wants their drawing to come out good in their own eyes. But the process has to be fun too, otherwise I probably don't want to do the drawing anyway. Okay, let's see. 7. Which option best describes what's more important to you? Understanding yourself and fully knowing who you are, or thinking rationally and making strong decisions? A. Definitely understanding myself. If I had to pick one over the other, that would be my clear priority. B. Leaning toward understanding myself. C. Can't really decide. D. Leaning toward thinking rationally. E. Definitely thinking rationally. If I had to pick one over the other, that would be my priority. Here's the thing. I don't really fully understand myself, I guess. Like there are times where people or friends of mine or family members or whatever will point out like a habit I have or a way I do things and I'll be like, "Oh, well gosh golly gee, I didn't know that." So it'll surprise me because I had no idea about that. So I think I have a good grasp on who I am. So Hmm. Hmm. I I think I'd lean toward understanding myself. It'd probably either be a soft C or a very strong D. Leaning toward thinking rationally. Can't really decide. Leaning toward. And let's go with D. I guess I don't know if I'm really a bard of mind. Maybe I'm just really ghosting heart. I'm not sure, but I am. I don't know. I like to think about facts and objectivity and being as truthful as possible. So thinking rationally is like a big ass part of myself too. Just I guess in this. I don't know. Whatever. Blah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, too much. Let's scroll down a little bit. And there we go. Perfect. 8. What idea is more interesting to you? The ability to fully understand your potential as a person, or the ability to fully understand all potential consequences of your actions before taking them? Wow. That is a that is a big thing. Fully understand. The thing about that, okay, hold on. Let's read the questions first before I start rambling. A, want to understand your personal potential? No question. B, somewhat more interested in understanding my personal potential. C, both equally desirable. D, somewhat more interested in understanding all consequences of my actions. E, want to understand all consequences of my actions? No question. Okay, now for my ramble. Understand, ability to understand. See, the thing is, the big drawback to both of these is that it ruins the surprise. Like, we all have potential to be something, whether it's good or bad, but the surprise and the fun and the journey of it, of going along your life, not fully knowing what you can be at the end of your tunnel or your personal journey, makes it fun. If you, I guess, already know the answers to it, you're not as I don't know, you'll double think yourself like, oh, wait, what if this decision causes me to do this? Or what if, or, makes you second guess yourself constantly, so it kind of ruins your journey. However, or the ability to fully understand all potential consequences of your actions before taking them. This can ruin the surprise of things, but can also be dangerous. Because it'd be like peeking into your future and it finds out, oh, hey, this decision of yours can possibly lead to something happening to a loved one of yours, good or bad, which can scare you and cause you not to make that decision. So again, you're constantly second guessing yourself. Or the ability to fully understand all potential consequences of actions before taking them. So, however, they're both really good ideas or powers to have. Particularly actually no, they're both really great. They both just have drawbacks, heavy drawbacks to them. So C. Oh, how many questions are 12? Okay, so we got 12 here. 12 aspects, 12 questions. Let's see. 9. Which better describes your attitude? Having great conviction in certain beliefs or ideas you're attracted to, or casting strong doubt on beliefs or ideas you dislike? Hmm. A. Definitely having conviction in beliefs I like. B. A little more attracted to having conviction in beliefs I like. C. Can't decide. D. A little more attracted to casting doubt on beliefs I dislike. Or E. Definitely casting doubt on beliefs I dislike. I'd say it's a bit of a hard B. Like, I stick to the things I like, but if it's something I notice has flaws in it, again, I'm a bit of a passive person, so I'm not gonna run into a conversation to be like, oh, hey, you're wrong, and here's why. So I'd probably stick to my own convictions and strengthening my own ideals that I believe in. But if there's something I notice is flawed or wrong or I doubt, I probably say a few things about it, maybe debate about it a little bit, but I wouldn't be too strongly in that. Let's see. And 10. When circumstances are intolerably bad, which are you more inclined to do? Come up with the best alternatives or solutions and work as hard as you can to make those happen instead, or don't worry about a better alternative, burn it all down, and whatever follows, you'll just deal with it as it comes. A. I'm not doing a thing until I have a better solution in place first. B. Inclined to have a solution first, but not absolutely. C. I don't have an opinion on this. D. Inclined to get out of the bad situation as soon as possible, but not averse to considering alternatives. B. Burn it down. I'm absolutely getting out of the bad situation ASAP. We'll deal with the consequences later. Definitely not E. Hmm. Off the top of my head, I don't think I have a strong opinion on either one. Probably C. I don't really have a strong opinion on this. 11. If you see someone suffering, are you most inclined to do whatever you can to help them get better? Or is your instinct to relate to their suffering, to empathize, without necessarily considering how you can help? Let's see. A. I'll do whatever's in my power to help them. That's all I'm thinking about. B. I'll focus mostly on helping, but won't be able to stop myself from relating to the problem somewhat. C. Not sure how I'd react. D. My first impulse would be to empathize with their suffering, but after that, I'd probably figure out what I could do to help. E. I'm really not great at helping. I'm generally overcome with other feelings relating to their suffering, which makes me not that useful. A. I try my best, whatever works. And final question, 12. Yeah, final question. 12. When someone suffers misfortune so terrible that you know there is nothing anyone can do for them, are you most inclined to feel horrible that nothing can be done, or feel resigned to the sense that this is the way of the world and some things just can't be helped? Okay, let's see the options here. A. Feel absolutely horrible that there's no way to help this person. Would probably end up trying to think of ways to help regardless. B. Would feel bad there's nothing that can be done. Would probably accept there's no way to help though. C. Hard to say. D. Likely would feel somewhat resigned right away. Might briefly consider how to help, but no, it's not realistic. E. Feel absolutely resigned to their terrible situation because that's just the way things so often are. Okay. Hmm. Let me see. Would feel bad there's nothing that can be done. Would probably accept there's no way. Hmm. Hard to say. Like, I'd feel bad, obviously. But I also know the world can be really harsh and cruel and bad in general. So, this is the things about this quiz. It's like quizzes in general sometimes. Like, they give you options, and you feel like none of the options really fit how you would handle the situation. So you have to like dig really hard and scramble and scratch for like the one that barely fits how you handle the situation. Like 10, this is like 10% or something how I would do this. Mm, Probably D, because I know the world is bad, but I would try and help as best as I can. I'm not just gonna be like, oh hey, the world's crap. I'm not gonna be like Toru Wadachi, be like, oh hey, the world is crap as always, so just deal with it. But like, I don't know. It's a weird question. I don't know. Anyway, all those questions are done, so let's submit. And I'm life. Okay, your aspect is life. Concerned with the betterment of themselves and the world around them, the life-bound are natural healers. They are dedicated to positive and often quite unorthodox change, whether you want their help or not. You will learn more about what it means to be life-bound when you see the final result of the test. You now have enough information to determine your true sign. Reveal my true sign. I am Pis Psi? 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 Is it pi related science fiction or something? Like that sounds interesting. Like pretty much the sci-fi channel, but everything's pi related. That sounds like something I'd probably be interested in watching for a little bit. Anyway, your true sign is Psi, or however that's pronounced. Uh, let's see. Sign of the Druid. Your true sign is Psi. Then you possess, if your true sign is Psi, then you possess the unique combination of qualities held by all fuchsia signs, prospect dreamers, and lifebound. Okay? So there's the fuchsia signs right there. Oh boy, here's some more reading. Fuchsia signs are the final. Actually, I'm not sure. I'll probably just let you guys read it because I've been doing a lot of reading and this video is probably way long. So here's some information. Pause the video if you want. If you want to read it. Actually when I showed you my previous results, you guys probably already read this stuff. So here we go. Gonna show it to you briefly. Here's the information on the lifebound. There you go. Actually, I might read this one to you guys. I don't know. Aspect, life. Those bound to the aspect of life are the universe's healers. They are concerned with the betterment of themselves and those around them, as well as the onward march of positive progress. Deeply empathetic, they have an intuitive understanding of other suffering and the best way of righting those wrongs. If you're poisoned, chances are the lifebound or have something for what ails you. This applies to both physical and mental suffering, though it might not be a cure you'll like. They also have a tendency to put others' needs before their own, which never ends well for anyone because lifebound can grow bitter if they feel their own self-care has had to be shunted aside. That is totally me. So even if I still feel like I'm a bard of mind, that is really me. Like I will put people ahead of me, or at least I will with my girlfriend or whatever. I will put her ahead of me, but it doesn't work out in the end because then I'll feel bitter and salty and upset about it because I'm shunting my own self care. So it's like a really bad method of trying to help other people. I don't know. At their best, they are great listeners, yes, caretakers and nurturers. At their worst, the lifebound are passive aggressive eh, and pushy. They're certain they know best. I can be kind of pushy, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like enough to be considered lifebound at their worst, but I can be pushy at times. You know what? I'll read these descriptions for you guys, so I guess you can hear my input on them so you can get a better glimpse of my personality. I don't know. Um, Fuchsia signs are the final of the sign classes, fittingly also the most enigmatic. Possessing a strong imagination, yes, they have an otherworldly quality to what draws others in. Often it has more to do with what they don't tell you than what they do, giving them an air of mystery that would more than likely perplex a fuchsia sign if you told them about it. They aren't usually trying to be alluring, they're just lost in thought. Yeah, I have a tendency to space out and stuff in times, like daydream or just zonk out, as I like to call it. Highly emotional, fuchsia signs are sensitive and anxious, oh, definitely, and tend to spend a lot of time worrying about the world, the future, and what others think of them. Yeah, they are artistic and talented, but can suffer from crippling bouts of depression, holding themselves to impossibly high standards. Yes, they have rich fantasy lives and can get so caught up in daydreams that they sometimes forget to actually do things. Yeah, that's me, especially now. Yeah. Many fuchsia signs have trouble with follow through, and it can take a lot to kick them out of their inertia. Yep. As far as romance goes, they need partners who are willing to put in the time to go at their pace and who can handle how sensitive and emotional they can be. Yep, that's me in a nutshell. Uh, and who can handle how sensitive and emotional you can be. I'm definitely sensitive and anxious at times. I'm I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty artistic. I've got some talent to me, although I wouldn't say hmm, I wouldn't say I suffer. Like I don't have like a lot of crippling bouts of depression, but I can get down in the dumps, like somewhat like in moods that resemble depression maybe at times, but like not enough for it to be crippling, I'd say. And if my mysteriousness is alluring to people, they've never really said so. So I'm not sure how true that is. Uh, yeah, I'm very imaginative. Like I can get caught up in my own fantasy worlds, which can keep me from doing real stuff in the real world at times. But I guess I'm trying to work on that. I don't know. Anyway, Lunar Sway, Prospect. Marked by a flexible optimism, yeah, the personalities of prospect dreamers are reactive and intuitive. They naturally exist in the present rather than look to the future or obsess over the past. No, I'm kind of all three. I can focus on the present, but I also look toward the future and I can look back on the past at times. Especially when it comes to awkward things I've said or mistakes I've made. Yikes. Anyway, when making decisions, prospect dreamers tend to rely on gut instinct and whatever emotions they are experiencing at the moment. This makes them quick to act and reliable in a crisis, but it can also make them capricious. Yeah, that's me. My emotions can be kind of flippity floppity at times. They have trouble thinking things through, and their feelings towards specific situations and decisions can change from day to day. Yep, hard yes. They solve problems with creativity rather than cold logic, often seeing multiple options with ease and clarity. Because they generally take things as they come, prospect dreamers are less rebellious than they are adaptable. Instead of struggling against authority, they will find a way to coexist with it. Yeah, that's me. I try to adapt rather than, instead of punching situations in the face, I kind of adapt to it. Possibly because they are so instinctual and flexible, they like having a defined set of rules, a safety net for their passionate lives. Naturally trusting, they have trouble with deception or hiding their true selves, and will often worry about what others think of them. The self they project into the world is often not under their control. Hmm. Yeah, I'm a pretty honest person. Like I said earlier, I'm kind of blunt with my words. Like there are times where I want to be careful with what I say, but there are times where I'm just kind of awkwardly honest and blunt with my words. So, and I don't know, that the last part, the self they project into the world is often not under their control. Is often not under their control. Like with my videos, I try and be fun and emotional in ways with you guys, but I just can't. I'm just awkward with my emotions, awkward with expressing myself at times. At least with people I'm not fully uh, bonded with, I guess. Like I'm not. I try not to be like a boring robot with you guys, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense with what I'm saying. So I don't know. I hope this guy's helped give you a glimpse of me as a person. And if not, hopefully we'll grow closer to each other in the future, and you guys will get a better understanding of who I am as a person naturally instead of through quizzes and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more Homestuck related stuff, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you guys can get notifications, obviously. And oh yeah, if you like this video, like and share it. So I think I already said that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I believe that's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you guys have a nice day and a nice life. My next video will be on the air of rage, and I will talk to you guys later. So, bye.